Hey everybody, Psycho here again. I am finally home in Nova Scotia. Everything was pretty good. Flight was pretty decent and whatnot. It was definitely easy to get home, and with all the restrictions and all that stuff. But I am back, and I'm just going to give everybody a little update of all the things that I'm going to be doing. I know I haven't filmed, basically because I worked steady, so I didn't have time to film, but that has changed. So, we have both trucks here. She made her home. The guy was pretty good with it. I don't see any any more damages to it, even though you wouldn't know anyways. But she's here, she still runs, so that's the main thing. And there's the old Silverado. So I kind of got a green theme going on here, and I didn't really intentionally do that, but just worked out that way. But I've been looking up parts for her. Another hood. I can get a hood with the 2-inch scoop in the middle. I think it was $500. So I'd like to buy it right away, but I got to be careful how much I spend. But I do plan on doing some smaller stuff, like this mirror. That's only like $17. We can get that replaced. We'll probably pick away at smaller things like that, so we don't burn up too much of our money. But another thing, this truck here needs some rocker work on this side. That's $800, so we'll see. But that needs to be done. They need to be undercoated, because the humidity is such a difference between here and Alberta. And I'll show you. As if you remember, we put a new master cylinder on this truck, and that cylinder was on here for about a couple weeks and never had a problem with it. And it's been here in Nova Scotia for less than a week, and look at the rust already coming out on it. Now of course this is just bare metal, so it's gonna rust, but it's just funny that there's very little humidity out west and nothing really bothers it, and then as soon as it gets back on, boom, there it is. So I probably will take that off, wire brush it, and paint it at some point. I'm not sure when that's gonna happen, but definitely needs to be done. But the brakes still work, so that's the main thing. Another thing I'm going to mention, before I touch the trucks, I got to do a little bit of work to the family vehicle. Now my wife used to own a Hyundai Elantra, and I really like Hyundais. They're really easy to work with. Parts are pretty cheap. So we went and got a Hyundai Tucson. Now this is the 1.6 liter turbo. I said if I was buying a new vehicle, an SUV like this, I want a turbo, so I got what I wanted. And this is a pretty quick vehicle for being like a family SUV, and I absolutely love it. So I'm making payments on this. That I need to get taken care of too this winter. So yeah, that kind of puts a halt on some projects as well. But one thing I definitely need to do is get some new tires, because these are summer tires. I call them rain tires, just based on the way their style is. And they're starting to get wore down, believe it or not. So, new tires with metal rims, I'm looking at $1,000. That's something that needs to be done, because these tires absolutely suck in snow. And the other thing is she has a death wobble when you hit the brakes. Not a death wobble, but you can tell that the rotors are warped. So for $300, slotted drill rotors are going to be going on it. So that's another thing that takes priority over the projects. That needs to be done. What else? Oh yeah, another thing before we touch any vehicles is this was if you remember, there used to be a rock like right here. And we removed it, and I had all this scraped, and it looked nice. And over the summer, look, it all grew up into a lawn again. So I'm going to be renting a little 2.5-ton excavator. I'm going to start up here. I'm going to scrape everything down all the way back, all around my shed, all around here. And we're going to put some crushed stone down. I'd rather be Class A or a 3/4, depending on what you go by. But this needs to be leveled out. And once I need it to look nicer than this. This is just too much grass. And the second part of this project is to dig this all down to clay, kind of come around here to the property line and come around, and then up through here. I want to remove all this topsoil and put in pit run, and then put some crushed stone over top, and then hopefully there's enough room for the Camaro, the square body, my boat, and then I want to get a camper for camping. I want to put that right there. So hopefully this will all work out. That's a bit of a bigger project. I might have to bring in a bigger machine for that. I won't know until I cross that bridge. But also there's a rock that we took in, or had taken out, and that's as far as the backhoe got with it. So we got that in the way, unfortunately. That's too big for a 2-ton machine. That's like a 15-ton machine rock. So there's that. So that's my first big project to do. I want to get this done so I can store stuff better, because right now trucks are in the way, the boat's in the way, and I'd like to put them back here. And then that'll free up my shed as well, so we can work on stuff. We still got the CRF 125 to work on, and we still have many other things. We got to work on that generator, that 35 horsepower Evinrude, that's all here. All that needs to be worked on as well. So I mean, I got tons of stuff to do and no time to do it. And of course I got to be a father too, and I've been spending a lot of time with my kids catching up because I lost it for 4 months. So another thing we're going to do, and this is something I'm really happy to be doing it, because I was out here mowing my lawn, and we've always talked about making a big garden, and I wanted to remove these trees, like this bush here and this tree, and kind of level this off. And then I was thinking, well, I mean, that tree's not really used for anything. It's not like it's an apple tree or something. So I think I'm going to remove this tree and this, and we're going to square this whole area off and make it into a big vegetable garden. So we can grow corn, potatoes, carrots, you name it. So this is something I definitely want to do. When we get the excavator, we'll peel all this off, and then boom, that'll be done. I'm really excited to do that. I'll show you. So this was our garden this year. This is something that we just threw together, but we had a couple tomato plants, and we ended up getting like a dozen tomatoes and some pepper plants, and there was pumpkin and squash vines we had, and we did get a couple things, but it was thrown together. So I want to do it a little more professional this time around, and I have plans on staying home now. I think my career in Alberta is done, at least I hope. It's just too much on a family to disappear for 4 to 6 months out of a year. You miss so much of a kid's life, and it's just not for me anymore. So I'm hoping that I'm retired from that, and with that becomes a whole another career. Now, YouTube is great. It's definitely not paying the bills, but that's something that I like doing as a hobby. But we do have something that I'm interested in. I won't say what it is right now. It's very early, but if my career takes that path, you'll definitely know, and we'll film it, and it'll be pretty exciting. I think it's something that I can do and I can stay home and do. So we'll see. But anyways, that's pretty much the update. I know people are waiting on some more grow videos. That's going to be on the back burner. I just got so many other things I need to do first. And if I do get back into growing, I plan on making a different channel for it, because this channel I want to do more with like vlogging and vehicles and just other things that I enjoy, and then the second channel can be just strictly for growing stuff. So I'll let you guys know what I choose to do, and we'll go from there. But anyways, that's the update. Let me all know what you think, and yeah, we'll go from there. And when I get the excavator, we'll definitely be filming that. But anyways, hope everybody enjoyed. If you did, comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for viewing.